Hi, good afternoon, and namaste to all of my friends. So, I would like to thank you all for joining today in this webinar, The Big Book of Packaging and Introduction. And before starting, I like to give you one information that initially you all are being muted. In the end, we will unmute you to ask the questions. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box as well. So let's start it. Yeah. So, the big book of packaging. For me, the big book of packaging is like encyclopedia, which gives me the answers I have faced in my in working. So, let's start. Now, we will talk about the author of this book, Mr. Sandeep Goyal. As you all know that he is the founder and CEO of CNS Packaging Connections, usually popularly known as packagingconnections.com. He is a veteran of our Indian packaging industry with the huge contribution in the many prestigious projects during his tenure in PepsiCo, HUL, Rexam, and ICI. And I also like to thank the co-authors of this book to bring this book into the reality. The big book of packaging consists of 11 chapters in which we have to try all the relevant topics of packaging that needs our attention every day. The big book tried to cover all the essence of the packaging technology from both science and art point of view. With the help of big book for packaging, you will get the answers to many industry related questions in a scientific manner. So let's go to the chapter wise in the of the big book of packaging. What we are going to see. The first chapter is about the packaging preamble. The introduction in this chapter, you will get the introduction about the basic terminologies used in the packaging industries and the mainly the difference between the terms packing, package, and packaging. And next, you will also get to learn about the functions of packaging. If you broadly divided the functions of packaging, you will categorize into broadly into two parts: marketing and the protection. So you will get the detailed information, detailed learning of the functions of packaging in this chapter. Along with, we will also discuss the component of packaging. You must have heard about the primary, tertiary, and primary, secondary, and tertiary packaging, and the historical role. The in this chapter, you will also get to learn about the history, how the packaging comes into the existence, what is the evolution of the packaging, and its evolution. And now in the current packaging scenario, there is a lot of digitalization and new innovations and inventions of internet, IoTs, Internet of Things are coming. So we will give you a brief discussion about that new current packaging scenario as well in this chapter. The next chapter is about the design basics, and you know that the design influences what we think, what we feel, the designs we make, which is very very vital in the packaging. So in this chapter, you will get to know level of designs, the designing factors, the visceral factor, the behavioral factor, and the reflective factor in the level of designs. Apart from that, the design components like structural designing and the graphical designing. Structural, in which you will decide the shape, size, and structure, and the stability and the strength of the your packaging component. And in the graphical design, you will decide the graphic designs, graphical arts of your design component. And the graphic designs in packaging usually, in our industry terms, you will call that artwork management, and you will also say the key line diagrams. Artworks is just a combination of that graphic art along with the font and every information about the size, shape, and everything of the particular graphic. And the key line diagram is the dimensions, and all the vital information into that. You will also learn about the color theory and the additive and subtractive mixing, in which you will actually the color psychology comes in, where your brand can represent according to that color. So you will learn about that in this part, the color theory. As you know that in the retail environment, the competition is very high. So the designs, the packaging designs have to be so good. You have to make the packaging design so good that your product can stand out from among the crowd and says for itself. So that is why the design basics are very important, and you get all the information, detailed information about that in this chapter. And the next chapter is about the printing and printing inks. Printing is means of graphic communication, and as you know that inks and pigments are used in printing. So in this chapter, you will learn about the pre-press, the method and the process. Pre-press is the method the before the printing process. You have to make sure that every process is aligned, and you have to do the plate making and other processes. That's called the pre-press. And apart from that, you will also get the manufacturing of the processes in the printing. And apart from that, there are types of printing process. You have to learn about that in detail in this chapter about this, just like the relief printing process, engraver printing process, screen printing, offset lithography, and digital printing, which is going around nowadays uh, very much. The next chapter is about the packaging design research. The packaging design research is the main part in the new package development, new product development. It's just a investigation and evolution of the package on the basis of the predefined parameters, and reaching to the conclusion where you form the strategy to work on that and uh, take forward your research to the next level. So in this chapter, you will learn about the packaging design as a marketing tool, about how the packaging design will be done, need of packaging design research from qualitative and quantitative research, and the methods of conducting research. You will must heard of some methods of conducting the research. In this chapter, you will get learn about many more new methods of conducting the research uh, for the package design. And after the research, you are also uh, know about the applications of that, the research you conduct in the packaging designs. And then in the last step, if when the research has been done, you strategize, you make one strategy on which you will work and make do the new product development or the new package developments. So there is a breakup of the activities in the last part, the project development activities, how it will be done, how the project will be executed. And the next chapter is about paper and paperboard. As you all know that paper is the most usable packaging material, which usually comes from wood. So in this chapter, you will learn about the fiber, the which from which the paper had been made, that internal structure of that thing, and the choice of raw material for the paper, the hardwood and the softwood, and the paper characteristic, different types of paper. And you also learn about the pulping method, mechanically, chemically, semi-chemical and recycle pulping method, the bleaching process as well, and the stock preparation, the setting of paper feature, paper properties, what weight, what size, what strength you want from that paper. It's done under the stock preparation, and the manufacturing, detailed manufacturing process of paper and the paper boards making. Now that these packaging materials, there's a once my teacher said to me that if you know the quality defect of the particular packaging material, you will know about that packaging material in depth more than anyone else. So that's why in the last of this packaging material chapters, we also added that testing and the properties of that packaging material. You will get to learn about how the testing has been done, what are the standards according to the Indian standards or the international standard as well. The next chapter is about paper-based packaging, your bags and sack. Paper bags and sacks are the oldest form of packaging and still very popular, as you get the so many online orders and from Zepto or from Amazon, you will get that bags as well. So you will know that they are still very popular. So in this chapter, you will get to learn about that manufacturing and the troubles come in the manufacturing of that paper bag, multi wall paper, and the jute bag and sack, and their trouble, how to troubleshoot their problems, not just for the paper bag and sack, or also for the composite cans and drums, fiber drums, paper cups, paper cones, and tubes, and the testing of them as well. The next chapter is about the corrugated fiber board box, which is usually also known as CAB boxes, which is widely famous in our packaging industry. So CAB boxes satisfied virtually the all the functions in packaging, as well as also sustainable. So you got to learn about the components in CFB. You must have heard about the components. We had a detailed discussion about that component, the liner, adhesive, fluting, and all. So and you will also get to know about the types of CFB boxes, the types of flute used in the CFB boxes, and their application. And there is a detailed information, detailed discussion about the box manufacturing process as well. And there is also we also there is a styles of board also discussed in this chapter. You have must heard about the RSC, regular slotted, and CSC, completed slotted, full overlap, and etc types of boxes. But there's a lot type new innovations coming in the CAB boxes as well. So you will get to learn about that types of board in this as well. And the testing process of the CFB boxes has been discussed thoroughly in this chapter. And there is a we will also discuss the troubles comes in the board during the process of manufacturing or during the process of use, and we will also provide the troubleshooting, how to solve that problem we usually get in the CFB boxes as well. Now the next chapter is about the metal in packaging. Metal is a very significant material in the field of packaging. But due to new innovations and a new advent of new material like plastics and the composite used in the use in used in the packaging industry, which kindly replacing the metal, but some specific areas still in our industry where the metal has been using very prominently. So in this chapter, you will learn about the different metals like aluminum, tin-free, steel, used in packaging, and also the manufacturing detail knowledge information about the manufacturing of metal cans and canister, two-piece or three-piece, and the lacquers and enamel used in can making, uh, and the printing or decoration of the cans, and the other uses of metal in the making of other packaging other material, just like collapsible tubes, aluminum foil, metal bottle, metal drums, and the steel pails and their application. And we will also discuss in detail about the intermediate bulk containers, and of course the troubleshooting defects and the testing methods used in packaging material is discussed thoroughly as well. And the next chapter is about the plastics in packaging. Yeah, this is new information, new news of today. There's first from the 1st July, single use plastic has been banned. You must have heard about it. So why plastics? Yeah, so plastics are very famous just because they are a processable material and very easily processable material which are made of polymer. So in this chapter you will learn about the plastics used in the learn about the plastics used in packaging, the history of the polymer, and the techniques how the polymer has been made, and its different processes, and the classification of plastics and their properties, just like thermal and mechanical, barrier or surface, and optical. We will discuss that in thoroughly, that differentiate different polymer, different plastic from different plastic. And we will also discuss the identification test for the plastic raw material, and the selection of the material procedure as well. We'll also discuss about the laminate structure commonly used in the current packaging industry, different laminate structure for the different products and different commodity. We'll also discuss the thorough about the what are the master batches, additives, and stabilizer, why they are being used in the plastic industries, and the testing of the plastics as well. And the next chapter is about the processing in plastics. So processing in plastics opens new ways for very many packaging innovations. Many processes can be done by using plastics. If you categorize the process plastics, they're divided into the two parts, that uh, flexible solutions, and the rigid plastic solutions. In the rigid packaging, you got to know you made so many packaging materials, just like bottles, caps, and many more things using the techniques injection molding and injection stretch blow molding. So in this chapter you will get to know about these processes in detail, how the manufacturing of the packaging material has been done through this process, how this process works. uh, and apart from that, in the flexible plastic solutions, you will also learn about the how the plastic packaging material has been made through the cast film extrusion, blow film extrusion, co extrusion, and how the lamination has been done. And the last chapter of this book is about the glass. And you know that the glass is a very important packaging material, and very commonly used because it possesses superior protective qualities and elegancy. So in this chapter we will learn about the glass composition, the what are the composition constituent of making of the glass, and the types of glass, the manufacturing of the glass in detail according to the uses in the particularly in the FMCG, pharma, and cosmetic sector, how the treatment has been done in the glass for the better stability, and the decoration and labeling of glass material, the glass delamination process, the and the extractable and leachables which are usually cause the material packed inside the glass. We will thoroughly discuss these things in this chapter as well. And the siliconization process, which is usually used very widely in pharma packaging as well. And of course the troubles and defects discussed thoroughly, very detail, because the glass is a widely used packaging material as well. And the test of glass material, how the test has been performed according to the world international and Indian standard. and application of the glass according to their types. So that's all, friends. Now I would like to invite the author of this book, Mr. Sandeep Goel, to say some words. So welcome, Sandeep sir.
Thank you, Aditya. So it was very nice listening to you and somebody else who has read the book and talking about it. And so I'm happy to join you and the audiences. If anybody has any query, they can ask, and I think they are being unmuted now. So all of them have been unmuted. And now if anybody of you want, you can ask the questions. So, there is you can also type the questions in the chat or in the question session. No, not muted. Okay, one second. Is this now okay? I think now you can unmute yourself and do it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I want to know this book you are releasing into the market or
Yeah, this book is available in the market. It is available in the through the many book distributors across the world, and also through Amazon, and as well as directly through us or through the Big Book of Packaging.com. And after the webinar, you will get a link where to see more details and about this presentation and everything. So you can buy online or directly or through us, whatever way, and then we can send you the details.
Okay, you are directly sending to the preferred location, right?
Yeah, preferred location we can also directly send it, because some companies want to buy directly through the purchase order, somebody want to transfer, somebody Amazon, so all the possibilities are.
Okay. In this book, everything will be in detail or only it's a basic of packaging?
It means detail. It is mainly on the material, so it has all the detail which is needed practically.
Suppose I'm going to ask if it is if you want related to pharma packaging, that is also available in this book.
What is the kind of what did you ask?
If you have shown glass and all, if related to pharma.
Yeah. So it will tell you what are the different glasses, what USP and everything. So it will tell you
only blister and aluminium foil that was not available.
Flexibles are also there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also there. So it is mainly, I don't know what is your background, so but normally it is very, very good for the people who are already into the companies doing little bit of packaging work, but they have not gone through the formal packaging education, like somebody coming from quality, somebody coming from polymer, somebody coming from paper, but they're working in the packaging area, you can have an idea about the rest of the thing. But if you have done a packaging course of 1 year, 2 year, or whatever, so for you it will be not that powerful, but it has a different way of explaining the thing. pretty good, but obviously it is not for the postgraduate student because they have already studied something for 2 years. So they are not really our target. Our target is the people who are working in the labs or who are working in the sales and marketing and different areas, and they want to understand.
Okay. Thank you.
And this book has already been, put up in many libraries in the Indian Institute of Packaging, Rochester, Wisconsin, and
Okay.
in Germany, Brazil, Exxon, Mobil, and a lot of people are using it.
Okay. Okay.
So this was written by the practical team who have really worked in the industry. It is not
Okay.
just, it's a theory, but theory which you can use it.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
So, any more questions?
Okay, so if there are no more questions, so we would like to thank you all the audiences and presenter our Aditya, and then look forward to hear from you later. And thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.